Old NCOs like old military history and old military stuff. Let's see what I got today. Sarge 1911 here today, and welcome to the Hideout. We're going to take a look at something that, in the introduction I said was old military. It's about this close. But first, let's get past this. Please subscribe if you have not. Click the little ringy dingy so you get your notification. And check us out at sgt1911.com, where part of that goes over to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. The kids need it. We appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about today what we're going to know about. Back when I entered the service, things were different than they are now, I'm sure. But back in the day, about, when the AR-15 Armor Light Rifle come out and they started issuing them to the first, I believe, the Air Force, and then the other branches picked them up. These were cool. They were different, but they had to be proven. Well, military picked them up, and then thereafter, guess what? Colt decided they were going to release them to the civilian market. And they started releasing to the civilian market, I believe, in 1964, which is still quite early. A lot earlier than people would probably expect. But one of the things that's important to think about is they were different. So I want to show you today, I've got an old one. This rifle here is called an SP1. It's a Colt SP1. Some of you may be familiar with them. If you're not, let's get familiar together. This is a 1978 model. This thing was released by Colt. It's called an SP1. Now, it is almost identical to the military cousin, except what? The selector switch, of course. They couldn't send them to us in fully automatic, so they did us in semi-automatic and fire. But let's start down here and look, and we're just going to kind of go over this thing. You got to remember, this thing now is, what? Old. It's old. It's over 60 years old or somewhere in there, plus or minus. We're not going to get it. Look at the muzzle brake on it. It's got like a 20-inch barrel with what I call a bird cage on it. It does have the bayonet lug. We'll put some pictures out there where it's got the bayonet on it. AR-15s today that you buy civilian models may not have the bayonet lug on them. Some of them do. Some of them do not. But one of the things that's really interesting about this rifle is the triangle handguards. You just don't find them in these days. And one of the things that's really interesting about this particular rifle itself, and I can tell you from experience, see these little pieces right here? They get broken out real easy. These are in mint condition. These things right here are not broken. I remember the rifles I had, half of these things were gone. That didn't change the function of the rifle, so nobody ever replaced them. We're going to work our way on back. Look at the full buttstock. Within the full buttstock is where you could keep your cleaning equipment, right here in the back. You see the carry handle with the sights on it. Now we're going to get into another distance. Alright, look at that. They call it a slab side. It's a flat side. Look at it. There is no bolt assist. There's no bolt assist there. It's just flat. If you look at it now compared to the more modern rifles and that, this I bet you is ugly. But back in this day, this was primo. This is being a civilian model. And one of the other things that's quite interesting, this is an original 20-round magazine that goes with the rifle. Now, I've never used a 20-round magazine when I was in the service. I didn't know we had such a thing. I always had 30-round magazines. But this thing is nice. Now, One thing I cannot do here, I can't break it down for you. There's a little bit of difference on the breakdown, and I'll turn it around and show you. Most of the time you just push this pin out and push this pin out and the rifle comes apart. That's not the way they were back in the day. If you'll look, well, you can see it on this side too. This is a screw up here in the front. You actually had to take a screwdriver, dog tags, nail clipper, pocket knife, bayonet, something, and unscrew this in order to get it completely apart. Now they just changed to the push pins, and the push pins come apart. Is the rear sights basically the same? Yeah, you had to take something sharp like a nail or something and do the rotation and get it. Everything else is basically the same on the rifles. The deal is though, this one just happens to be an old rifle. 1978, it's in excellent condition for the time frame. You know, it brings back a lot of fond memories. The old triangle handguards, you just don't see them. You can find them on some surplus kits where you have like an M16 kit, they'll call them, where they're missing the lower receivers and you can build them. But even then, a lot of these little teeth are broken out of the front of them. These butt stocks, you can buy these butt stocks, reproduction, this is all original. Anyway, I'm kind of proud of it. It's an SP1. It's one of the first civilian armor light rifles that was released. I like it, it's a lot of fun to shoot. I don't know what else we can do with it today except make it go outside and make it go bang, 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 and have a little fun. What do you say? Okay guys, Sarge 1911 here today. We're out at the range with the Colt SP1 from 1978. Got the bayonet stuck on it. You know, it's original. It's just a lot of fun to shoot. It's really windy out today, so I'm not going to try to get into a lot of I'm just out here to have fun today and shoot. You know, if I hit something, I hit something. The sun's in a bad spot. It's not about me and you talking always. It's about us having fun. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun. Let's see if I can get a magazine in here. All right, we're hot. Gotta love it. Smells good. It's hot. Look at her smoke. Do some more. Earn some money, baby. Earn some money. This is my money. This ain't taxpayer money, though. Booyah! Tell you what, guys, a lot of fun. It'd be hell to be downrange, wouldn't it? Look at her smoke. You know, got to remind you though, I am shooting at a range and it is safe. So until we shoot together, shoot again. Shoot safe and shoot straight. Hoo-ah!